Alright, we are live. Turn off in-game chat. We are today starting from Port Olisar in the Crusader orbit. So the reason we're out here is we're going to try to do 2 ships today. We're actually going to try to take a look at one of the smallest ships in the free flight and one of the largest. So, an interesting combination. So, let's first call up our first ship. First ship we're going to take a look at today is the MISC Razor, which is one of the racing class vessels. So, pad B7. So, Port Olisar is actually a station that's in orbit of Crusader. It's currently only station of its type in the Star Citizen universe. So let's just make sure I got my helmet on before I go outside. I don't want to die immediately in the stream here. So we're good to go. Let's open up our airlock. We're looking for pad B7. And this is the MISC Razor. It is not big at all. It is a tiny one-person racer. Now all the racers still have very limited weapons. 2 guns and small missiles underneath. So the ship does have a quantum drive, so you can actually go in between planets. Some of the really small racers, like the P-52 and the P-72, don't even have a quantum drive. So you actually need another ship to get your ship to where it needs to be. One of the cool things, though, is this ship is small enough to actually be recalled on a ground vehicle pad. So if you go to a planet or moon and the area has a ground pad, you can actually call the MISC Razor. Let's turn the power on. Alright, we are fired up. Let's take a look where we're going to take this today. So we're going to take a short jump, go check out the moon Daymar, which is one of the more popular moons of the Crusader system. So we're plotted in. Alright, let's get going.
Launch sequence complete. Landing gear up.
Port Olisar is usually one of the most busy stations in the verse, mainly due to its proximity to Daymar and Yella, Grimhex, and a popular stop for the Laranite trade runs. So the Razor's a pretty fast little ship, so. Good view of underneath. Short jump. Exactly what I wanted to do, but it'll work. Anyway, so let's see, where should we head to on the surface of Daymar? Let's head to area 141. Should be some interesting features around there. Hopefully not sitting in total darkness at the moment, but there's a pretty good chance of that. Oh good, we're on the day side at least.
Quantum travel complete.
So I'm going to cut back my power here a little bit until we get down lower, just because going too fast I won't be able to pull out of the dive, and well, we don't need to crash into the ground just yet. Let's see what this thing can do. Just overflew the station. Test fired weapons. That's a backdrop of Crusader there. Still doesn't really maneuver like a flight sim fighter from something like DCS, so it's a little bit of, at least for me, a bit of an adjustment to getting around. So I've never actually raced in Star Citizen. It is one of the components of the gameplays that are out there, although it hasn't really been implemented into the game yet. So, but will be in a future update. So one of the other advantages of the ship is its size, is that, you know, it can actually be loaded into some of the larger ships, and you can actually use that to transport this. And it can be either you're just touring around exploring ship, a snub fighter, personal transport. Small size, though, also makes it a difficult target. Oh, too hard. Too many G's, I'm blacking out. Not a bad little ship. But can't really say it's something that I would find myself using all that often at the moment. Come up. Let's make her shut our engines down here for a second. Let's make our way over to Grimhacks so we can call out our next ship. Okay, that's not right. That wasn't what I wanted. There we go. Grimhacks. Alright. Spool up. Now there are also racing components out there that you can put in to upgrade these ships as well. Increasing speed, reducing weight. But as to be expected, you then sacrifice protection, firepower, quantum range, etc. by doing that.
Quantum travel engaged.
spool up for our next jump.
Quantum travel complete.
Alright, we're over here.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
So I'm just gonna turn my limiter down to the red line there. The red line designates for any particular ship what is the maximum speed that you can go and still maintain maximum control over where you're going. So right now I don't want to run into any of these asteroids because that could be a potentially fatal mistake. But this group of asteroids here is where we're actually going to be heading to, which is Grimhex. So let's get the radio switched over so I can get a landing spot. As I said in the previous video, Grimhex will be one of the locations that will feature ship racing in the future, and we'll also have the betting portion to it as well. So let's bring her over to the other side here. I think is where this new landing port is. Okay, not quite. Alright. There's our pad. There's our pad there. I'm going to switch to external view so we can see. Ooh. Gear coming down. Ready for lineup. There we go. So let's do one last walk around here. Said she is a tiny ship, and well, she's suited for racing. She could probably handle some light combat fighting, but that's about it. No room for boxes, no room for cargo, so can't really run missions, other missions with it.